There's a bold claim circulating online right now that sounds like it was ripped straight from a cyberpunk novel. The ghost is no longer in the machine is becoming the ghost. Tech forums and transhumanist circles are buzzing, calling this the first real step toward uploading a human consciousness. The headline? A digital fruit fly has woken up inside a computer. But if we look past the sci-fi hype, the real science, published in the journal Nature, is actually more fascinating than a ghost story. It's a staggering leap in computational biology, where scientists turned a wet biological brain into a living piece of software. Today, we're going to look at the unscripted behaviors this code fly is pulling off, and how researchers actually digitized a mind. The brain's Google Maps. To understand why this is a big deal, we have to look at how we used to simulate life. In the past, virtual animals, like the ones built by DeepMind, were basically advanced video game characters. They used artificial intelligence to learn how to walk through millions of trial and error runs. The digital fly from Eon Systems didn't learn a single thing. Instead, scientists used the ion flywire connectome. Think of this as a high-resolution Google Maps of the brain. They mapped every single one of the fly's 125,000 neurons and all 50 million synaptic connections. Before this, our greatest achievement was a microscopic worm called C. elegans, which has only 302 neurons. Jumping from 302 to 125,000 is like going from a simple 4-function calculator to a modern smartphone. This digital fly walks and moves naturally because its software is an exact physical copy of a real fly's hardware. Closing the loop. Now, a brain without a body is just a bunch of silent floating code. It can't do anything. To bring this fly to life, researchers had to build it into a world. They plugged that digital brain into a physics engine called Mujoko, the same high-end software used to train advanced robotics. This created what scientists call a sensory motor loop. In plain English, it means the brain and the body finally started talking to each other. In this simulation, gravity is real, friction is real. When the fly's legs touch the virtual ground, that information flows into the digital brain. The brain processes that touch and sends a command back out, move leg number 3. The moment they turned it on, the fly began to walk. It didn't need a programmer to animate it. The behavior emerged naturally from the wiring. It even began grooming its antennae, perfectly timing the movement of its limbs just like a real insect, simply because that's how its circuits are built to react. The digital taste test. The coolest proof of this accuracy is the digital taste test. The fly has tiny sensors for sugar and water. When scientists virtually touched those sensors, the digital brain automatically fired the motor neurons to extend its proboscis. That's the tube it uses to drink. It even shows spatial awareness. If you present sugar to the left side, the brain activates the muscles on the right to curve the mouth toward the food. But it gets weirder. The simulation actually helped scientists discover new biology. They found a yuck switch. There's a specific set of neurons called IR94E that acts like a circuit breaker. Previously, we weren't sure what these did, but the simulation showed that if the fly tastes something it doesn't like a bitter chemical, the brain sends a massive stop signal that overrides its hunger. It literally rejects the food. This proved the digital model was so accurate it could actually correct our old assumptions about how real flies work. Is it alive? Because the fly acts so real, people are asking the big question, is it conscious? The short answer is no. To build this map, the original fly had to be frozen and sliced into 125,000 razor-thin pieces to be scanned under an electron microscope. There was no transfer of a soul or a personality. In the computer, each neuron acts like a tiny, complex calculator. It adds up go signals and stop signals until it reaches a specific limit and then it fires. This is a 95% accurate biological model. It's a perfect mirror of a biological machine, but it's still just a machine. It doesn't feel hungry, it simply processes the data of being low on energy. The roadmap to the human mind. Even if it's not alive, this is a historic milestone. Eon Systems notes that simulating larger brains is now just a matter of scale. They're already amassing the data to map their next target, a mouse, which has 70 million neurons. If we can do a fly, then a mouse, and eventually the 86 billion neurons of a human, we have to ask a profound question. At what point does a perfect calculator of your personality, your memories, and your quirks start feeling a little too real to be called a machine? The ghost might not be in the machine yet, but the machine is getting very good at playing the part.
If you're fascinated by the intersection of biology and bytes, make sure to hit that subscribe button and toggle the bell icon. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new today. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching Cortex and Code. We'll see you in the next one.